Hey YouTube, Omar here, and as promised, I'm here with my college football wrap-up for Week 5, so let's get right into it with the top 25 matchups. So, as I already said, number 16 South Florida went on the road to Pittsburgh and got killed on Thursday night, 44-17. Number 1 LSU handled business at home against Kentucky, 35-7. Number 2 Oklahoma did the same against Ball State, 62-6. Number 3 Alabama handled number 12 Florida easily, 38-10. On the road. Nevada could not handle number 4 Boise State. Boise State wins at home, 30-10. Number 6 Stanford wins at home against UCLA, 45-19. Number 8 Nebraska, 17. Number 7 Wisconsin, 48 for the win. Auburn loses on the road at number 10 South Carolina. Auburn wins on the road at number 10 South Carolina, 16-13 for the upset. Number 13 Clemson kills Virginia Tech as expected by this guy right here, 23-3. I'll be assessing that game later. Number 14 Texas A&M loses, blows another big lead against Arkansas. Number 18 Arkansas would win, 42-38. Number 15 Baylor would get upset on the road at Kansas State. Kansas State improves to 4-0 with a 36-35 win. Number 17 Texas holds off Iowa State this time, 37-14. Minnesota on the road at number 19 Michigan was not fun. Michigan wins 58-0. TCU would lose to SMU at home. Number 20 TCU this is. SMU would win 40-33 in overtime. Number 21 Georgia Tech would win on the road at North Carolina State, 45-35. Number 22 West Virginia would win at home against Bowling Green, 55-10. Number 24 Illinois would do the same against Northwestern, 38-35. And number 25 Arizona State would handle business against Oregon State, 35-20. So let's go back to the top of the list and then discuss some games that I talked about in my college football preview. So, a lot of people thought Alabama and Florida was going to be a good game. I was not one of those people. I thought it was going to be a terrible game, and this is why. Florida has John Brantley. To me, he's not that great of a quarterback. Plus, he got injured in this game with some hamstring injury, so he had to come out early. Alabama just smacked them in the mouth from the beginning. The end of the first quarter, it was 10-10, so it was a close game. Second quarter, Alabama outscored them 14-0, and the game was pretty much over by then, in my opinion. Next game I'd talk about is Wisconsin-Nebraska. I also predicted this one right. I said Wisconsin was going to smack Nebraska. They were going to really expose the fact that Taylor Martinez is really not that good. And that's exactly what happened. And Nebraska's defense does not look anything like it did when Ndamukong Suh was around. Doesn't matter about Jared Crick. Wisconsin just dominated them. Next, I'm going to actually talk about the Auburn-South Carolina game. I thought South Carolina was going to win this game, but I thought it was going to be a close game. And, you know, I didn't think. I thought Lattimore was going to, have a better game, and South Carolina was going to be able to put up some more points. Anyway, as I said before, another correct prediction by me. I said Virginia Tech wasn't that great of a team, and that Clemson had a great chance to beat them on the road, and Clemson did just that. They won 23-3. They really dominated the game, and Virginia Tech looked nothing like a good team, and they fell in the rankings thanks to that. Next, Texas A&M and Arkansas. I said Texas A&M was going to win this game. I really am now having doubts, just as everybody is, about their second half play. It's not looking good for Texas A&M fans, and that's that. What else can I talk about? The upset, not much to talk about. Another great game for Robert Griffin III. If he doesn't win the Heisman, then the system's jacked. With these stats, it's amazing. Anyway, Kansas State, good upset there. I said SMU and TCU was going to be a close game, but TCU was going to win. Turns out SMU wins. So I kind of predicted it right, but kind of didn't. I knew SMU was a good team coming in, and I knew that they had a chance to win. I didn't think they were going to win, and they did. So they proved me wrong there. So now we'll go into the weekly leaders part of the video, the new thing I've been doing. And also the Huskies, my Washington Huskies. I'm a Washington Huskies fan. We won this week. On the road at Utah, 31-14, our best win of the year so far. It looked really nice. And anyway, into the stats. So, we start off with the passing leader, and that'd be Tyler Wilson, quarterback of Arkansas. In the 42-38 win over Texas A&M that I was just talking about, he completed 30 of 51 passes for 510 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. The runner-up is Alex Carter, quarterback of Western Michigan, in a 38-31 win over UConn. He had 37 completions on 51 attempts for 479 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions, and a much better QB rating. We move down to the rushing leaders. Dustin Garrison leads this week for West Virginia in a 55-10 win over Bowling Green. He had 32 carries for 291 yards, averaging 9.1 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns. The runner-up, Joe Bernard, running back for UTEP, in a 42-49 losing effort against Houston. He had 22 carries for 240 yards, averaging 10.9 yards a carry and a touchdown. And I also can't help but notice that Chris Polk of my favorite team, the Washington Huskies, is on there at number 6. He had 189 yards on 29 carries for 6.5 average and no touchdowns in that win for us. Receiving leader this week, it only makes sense that a tandem of a quarterback and receiver would be passing and receiving leaders, and that's how it is this week for the first time in my memory since I've been doing this. Jarius Wright, wide receiver of Arkansas, in the 42-38 win, he had 13 catches for 281 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 21.6 yards a catch. That's truly one of the best receiving games all year. But how about A.J. Jenkins also, wide receiver for Illinois, in the 38-35 win over Northwestern? He had 12 catches for 268 yards. That's a 22.3 yard average and 3 touchdowns. So it was an exciting week of college football, and since this video isn't too long, I figured I'd bring you some of the big changes in the rankings. The Huskies are up there at 28th in the other receiving votes. I just thought I might say that. As for the teams that lost and the teams that won big games, Wisconsin moves up to 4 with their big win. Boise State moves down to 5. Texas A&M losing that big game. They dropped from number 14 to number 24. Baylor also got upset by Kansas State. They dropped from 15 to 25. Auburn was unranked coming into the week, but after their upset of number 10 South Carolina, they moved to number 15. South Carolina moves down to number 18 from number 10. Florida, number 12 before the week, and they would lose to Alabama. And fall to number 17. Also, Alabama, who's at number 3 behind Oklahoma, is now skipped over Oklahoma. So, quick last message as a what the hell message for the week, and that would be Oklahoma. They haven't lost a single game this whole entire season. They haven't really even played a bad game this whole entire season. They made every win look pretty good, and they haven't played anybody big though. And they've fallen from number 1 to number 3 already. So I feel bad, and I know Jason's an Oklahoma fan, and sorry guys, but you're going to need to strengthen your schedule next year. Maybe keep that in mind. Anyway, that's my college football review for this week, college football wrap-up, and I will see you later tonight for an MLB playoffs catch-up, we'll call it. MLB playoffs catch-up. See you later.